Can you stop breathing for just permanently, please? We're in, by the way.
Oh, I didn't, well, you didn't give me a countdown.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's just that I've been messing around with that update for so long. NVIDIA has sent out a load of updates.
I didn't.
Why have you got the sound on it? But one thing I told you to do. Okay, right, there we go. That's after how many weeks have we been doing this that we've not been able to...
It's because we're out of practice.
Professionally introduce the show. Hey.
Also, I might have turned my thing off. Am I still live? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, okay. I thought I'd turn my mic off.
Jesus Christ, this is awful. If anyone's still listening, I'm sorry and goodbye.
What an absolute mess.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. I suppose I should apologise because
you should apologise.
My fault that we haven't done it for 3 weeks.
I don't think it is, but I think you should just apologise anyway, just for existing.
Yeah, no, I am very sorry. It's been good and bad. We missed one weekend because I came to see you.
Yeah, we got our suits fitted.
Have you got your suit yet?
No, I've got to go and pick it up. Well, it's been closed. It's Easter, isn't it? So it's been closed for 4 days. But
okay,
I think
they've rung you to say it's done.
No, I think that shop's disappeared now. There's just a hole in the ground where it used to be.
It's 200 quid down the toilet. Yeah. Oh,
that was great fun, and it's related to today's theme, which is weddings.
Yeah.
So we're heading for a wedding. You're heading for your wedding, and I'm heading for your wedding.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks ago, we had the honour of having our genitals felt by a very enthusiastic tailor. I've got a great photo of you, which I won't share until after, because you're not allowed. Nobody's allowed to see the suit. But it was quite an interesting experience, I think, for both of us, because here in Spain they don't really wear like posh clothing. They don't wear suits. They don't wear jackets. They don't wear like ties to work. And I think it's much more common in England. When I first moved here, sometimes I'd go out at the weekend and I'd wear a waistcoat. I know that I wouldn't say that's normal in England because I'm a bit different, but it's like not acceptable in Spain. Like people would say, why are you dressed like that?
Are you going to a funeral?
Yeah. Are you going to a funeral? Are you going to a wedding? So when they do have weddings, they like totally go for it. And
we saw a couple, didn't we?
Yeah.
Saw it, and they were very fancy.
They go all out.
I kind of wanted to go the opposite.
Exactly. And the people that were helping us choose the right clothes just didn't seem to quite understand that, except the first guy who did sexually abuse us both. But apart from that, he was an absolutely lovely guy, and I hadn't been touched down there for a while anyway, so I welcomed it.
He couldn't help but touch you, man. I don't know if you got some trousers with some sort of optical illusion, and I don't mind saying this, but I was intimidated by your bulge. You walked out of that changing room. I was like, what the hell is that? And it turned out it was just your schlong.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cover that up somehow.
I can't. I'll just lean forwards and stand on it.
But it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. It was so nice seeing you as well.
Yeah, it was all right.
Zaragoza's wicked. I don't know why you don't like it.
I do like it. It's just I've lived here for 12 years now, so I've completed the game. I've been on all the levels. I've seen everything.
I suppose once you've been there a while, but it was so nice, like just hanging out, and it was sunny, which I haven't seen the sun for months over here. So it was wicked, and we got our suits. They've had to cut half the arm off yours though.
Yeah, that's why it's still in the chop shop there, because they're doing the bottoms of taking the legs off, making it into a pair of shorts. I went back and told him that I'd be wearing shorts for it. Is that all right? I thought it would just look better.
From the look of it, you might hang out the bottom. But no, it was good, and that man was nice. We went to quite a few, didn't we? And then returned to the first one,
Yes, always the way.
which we probably should have just stopped there. But it was nice. There was one woman I didn't like where I tried that blue suit on. She was a bit intimidating.
But she,
Quite harsh looking face. A lot of makeup.
yeah, trout face they call them, don't they? Trout faces. She'd laid it on, but she was trying to force you to wear the more
suity suit.
Yeah, she wanted. Oh, it's that scene that we mentioned while we were doing. We were walking around. That scene from Man Stroke Woman, the Nick Frost comedy series, where they go into the shop and do, we'd like to buy some flowers, and they say, these will be perfect for our wedding. And then the moment she mentions wedding, she gets out exactly the same bouquet, but 4 times the price, and it just has a ribbon around the middle. These are wedding flowers.
I think that's part of the tradition of weddings.
Exactly.
Wedding. Then they just stick another 0 on the end.
Well, let's dive right in, shall we? What are you offering into you're the most experienced person when it comes to weddings. Make of that what you will. I'll be talking about the fact that I've got to do a best man speech that is PG rated later on. I've been asking everyone for advice on how to do a best man speech that doesn't involve any jokes or references to anything that you've done in your life. Because it's like, I can't talk. I'm in a room full of recovering people in recovery, okay, which is fine. I'm not criticising that. I'm just saying it makes some of the tales of your past a little bit difficult to present, and I don't want to upset, or I'd prefer it if your new wife, your bride, isn't in tears by the end of my speech, unless they're tears of joy and happiness. That would be marvelous. But I feel that I've got to be very careful with the information I present. I'm going to show you some advice that I've got off the internet that might make you feel a little bit more reassured and relaxed about what I'm going to be saying. But yeah, you launch off weddings. Why are people doing it? What and what are they doing? What are they thinking?
Well, for the longest time, it was a religious thing, I suppose, wasn't it? I'm not a religious man, but I'm getting married. Let's just throw it out there for the second time.
Is it the second?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
Not a religious guy, but I feel like it is a celebration of two people's love for each other. I believe there's some legal stuff. Like, I think some people do it for that, don't they? Like,
get your post at the same.
They are.
Post at the same address. Same, you can do some stuff with tax. I don't know. It depends which country you're in. I'd say it's very much the same here in Spain, though. This is a religious country. It's a Catholic country in name, not in practice. I'd say now the new generations are not interested, but they still get married, and it's for the exact same reasons as you're saying. You get to stand up in front of the people that you care about most in your life, your friends and family, and make a promise to somebody. I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? The promise that you're making.
Yeah, definitely. I think it shows a level of commitment. It shows, for me, it's quite a security thing for me. I think knowing that I'm married to Sharon,
so you can't escape.
Yeah, basically.
It's too late now. Yeah.
Like a phone contract. No, I think it's I think, like you say, it's about letting everyone that you love know that you love this person more than them.
Yeah, and then spending all your money on a really nice meal and a band.
Yeah. So that's why I'm doing it. Don't know why other people do it. There's lots of different reasons. There's lots of different types of marriage as well. The old polyamory, that's a thing, isn't it? Having more than one wife. I'm not sure I'd like that. I think it would be a logistical nightmare. some people say they're happy in those polyamorous relationships. I don't believe them.
I don't believe them. I think that shows a lack of commitment, doesn't it? Because you're dividing your attention amongst multiple people. You can't. There's no way that you can be. That's, to me, it just seems like slightly childish. It's like the kid that wants all of the toys. It's like, no, you can only have one. It's surely that forces you to be responsible when you're dedicating yourself to one person. But it's like, if in a polyamorous relationship you can just choose who you want to bang on that day. It's not. Is it really about feelings, or is it just about?
I don't know. It seems to be quite a religious thing, isn't it? Is it Mormons they do it?
The Mormons. Well, in Islam, you have multiple wives. That's true.
No religion ever has multiple husbands, do they? That would be the patriarchy.
Actually, they do. The Vikings used to do that. Yeah.
Viking women had multiple husbands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Up the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it used to be about you got married and then you could have kids. Me and Sharon have 3 kids between us, not planning on having any more. So that's a bit daft. I did know a guy. I went to uni with a guy. His name was Ben. Not Leeds, where I went for a cup of coffee, but Bucks when I went and finished.
Right.
But he was a Christian fella. Went to uni with his girlfriend, fiance, and were together all the way through uni. Never did anything other than have a little kiss until they got married.
So well, that's another thing. Sex before marriage, saving yourself for the after the ceremony.
Yeah,
I don't think that.
Sure, a lot of people do that. But...
Maybe they should. I don't know. It seems very. Well, it's inconceivable to me because, I mean, regardless of what I start doing now, I'm absolutely damned to hell if such a place exists. I don't think that my slate will ever be clean. And yours, my God. Oh,
God,
layers of filth.
Needs jet washing. But that's reasons why people get married. But do you want to know about some weird wedding traditions?
Do I? Yes, I do. I do.
Throw up a picture.
All right, you see, this is a problem because I've named them all stupid things based on what they look like, and you named them something else, so I don't know anything. What does it look like? Tell me the thing that you want to see.
Do the barn one.
All right, okay, barn. Here we go, Barney. There it is. What's going on here? Okay,
well, I call this banging on the wedding night. But it's not the kind of banging you might expect.
Oh.
So this is the French. So traditionally, what they do is the family would gather around the house on the wedding night, and as the people go to bed on their wedding night, probably to have sex, all the family in that would start like banging on the walls and banging with pots and pans and stuff. It's known as a charivari. Or Shari.
You've murdered that. You've absolutely murdered it.
And basically, it was to bring luck and to sort of cover the sex noises so that children wouldn't hear when the
squelching.
Possibly squelching, especially in France.
Yeah.
And that comes because multiple generations in the olden days would all live together in houses in France. So they didn't want the kids to know what was going on.
They do. You don't want to hear a French orgasm either.
I'd find it quite off-putting. I think we're probably staying in the same hotel on my bed.
Oh no!
On you
Not
outside.
in the same room. I thought I was going to be sleeping at the end of your bed.
You're not invited.
Make sure that no funny business is going on.
Just the idea of you.
Just curled up.
Salami. That will put me right off.
Okay.
That's for French.
There's another thing about the French that I learnt recently because one of my friends is French, but they have like a double engagement. I don't know if this is in your list, but you have like a promise ring that you give when you're to demonstrate that you are committed to the idea of being committed to the idea of getting married. So it's like a pre-engagement engagement ring. So it means, and I think it's 4 years. You give it, and you have 4 years basically to get your shit in order, and then you have to give the engagement ring, which means you then have to go forwards with wedding preparations. But it's just another layer, another level of.
I quite like that.
It's not a bad idea, actually, is it? It's quite an old tradition. But I don't like this barn nonsense. I don't like the idea of like, so somewhere out in the woods, your mum is just running around banging a pot while you're,
Banging.
playing Bury the Baguette with your new wife.
Yeah. So that's for French. Have you got a little chicken? That seems relevant.
I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about,
Easter.
what do you mean by chicken? Like cock?
A baby chick.
Oh, right, okay.
Little baby chick. Look how cute these little,
There's two of them there.
little baby chicks.
Little fuzzballs.
Do you know what they do to them in China?
I should probably insert them somewhere or
No,
just eat them raw.
they murder them.
Why? Why do they do
murder
that?
them. So, it's China and Inner Mongolia, and it's this tribe called the Da tribe.
Sorry, could you say that again, please?
Da
Oh, right. Yeah.
tribe.
That's what I think.
So the people that are going to get married, they hold a knife together and kill a live baby chick, and then they inspect its liver. If the liver's all right, I don't know if these are qualified vets or not, but if they deem the liver to be okay, they can set a date for the wedding. If it's not okay, they keep killing until they find a good one.
Oh my God!
Which, for me, I just sort of thought, well, my wedding date was determined by the venue.
Yeah,
When was
But
the
you
venue
don't know. You don't know how they determine the date. Maybe they murdered a load of puppies or something.
Yeah, I mean it's slightly worrying. It doesn't seem that romantic.
No.
But
No.
it's what it is.
That is most unusual. I don't understand why. How, like, what's the aspect of the liver? Like, what's a good liver?
I don't know, especially on like a little baby chick. You'd have thought all their livers are pretty good.
Yeah, it got new.
I guess that's the point. Maybe that's why we don't use an old chicken that might have a drink problem.
a ropey old hen with a manky liver. Yeah. Nonsense.
Have you got a picture there of some a lovely couple in red and yellow?
Yeah, probably. I don't know what I called it. Let's have a look. Indonesia. Yeah.
You're not far off, I don't think.
Or Tibet. Where's this somewhere?
Well, it's Borneo, actually.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't know if that is. I don't really know where that is. I like their outfits. They're quite Hulk Hogan-esque. I enjoy.
I was thinking Flash Gordon or Ming the Merciless.
Yeah, maybe we should have gone to where they went. But yeah, so this is Borneo, where you got to hold your shit together. Is the tradition. So the bride and groom of the Tidong community in Borneo, they're confined to their house for 3 days and 3 nights, and they're not allowed to poop or pee.
What?
For 3 days or nights. This is again, it's like a commitment ceremony. If they can commit to not pooping or peeing together for three days or nights, then it's thought that because of like the discomfort that might cause, it shows a commitment to each other.
Oh my God!
Imagine, like, I don't like pooping or peeing in front of Sharon. Like, I don't generally do it in front of her.
Well, that's because you always do it on the floor, and I don't think that's really what people want to see when you're in a new relationship.
But I know, like, a lot of people in relationships hate, like, using the loo in the same house. I remember me and Sharon, like, our first weekend away together, we went down to I was going to say Borstal, but that's not what I mean.
No, that's a prison.
Bristol.
Yeah, that's a place.
Brighton.
You didn't go to a mental institute for the weekend. Well, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, we would. No, we went away, but we got this Airbnb, and it was like an ensuite, but it just had glass bricks. So, like, you could see someone taking a poop, but they'd be a bit wavy.
Like a pixelated pooer on the other side of... Yeah.
It was, like, literally, like, a foot away from the bed. So I had to leave for Sharon to make use of the facilities.
I think that's kind of normal, though. I mean, one of my exes from America, and I guess maybe it's just an American thing. I don't know. I've never experienced it before, but she'd used to go to the toilet, and, like, I drew a brown line. I said, fine, you can do a number one, but I don't want to be in the same room as you the same time as you're pooing. And one time she ran in while I was brushing my teeth. You know what I mean? You don't want... I don't like the idea of particles being in the air while my mouth is being cleansed. And she sat on the toilet, and then halfway through I just heard the plunk. And I was like, you didn't. And I felt violated by that. That's out of order. That is, you're forcing somebody to watch you poo.
Yeah.
People pay money for that kind of thing, though. I've done the opposite of this commitment ceremony recently, because now, although you refuse to accept it, we are, in fact, middle-aged men, and we've got to look after our colons. And
I forgot about this.
So I'm like, what does that mean in relation to this story? Because these guys do the opposite.
To do with wedding tradition.
No, but I just well, do I?
Well, maybe it is. Maybe you've started this. Maybe this is going to be a best man tradition. It should be.
I'm ready to be fully committed to myself, because I did a coffee enema. Which is like super. I had to watch some videos on it. They didn't show you it happening, but there's a guy that I watch. He's a Welsh fitness dude, a fitness influencer called Chris Gethin, I think it is, and he's like mad on enemas. He's always going on about enemas. And then one day I just thought, yeah, well, fuck it, I'll give that a go. What have you got to lose with sticking, like, well, I mean, I'm announcing it to you on a podcast that's going to be broadcast on YouTube, access to everyone in the world, that if you want to know, I did stick quite a large quantity of coffee up my anus, and it's I imagine it's like the end of this ceremony that this lovely couple of, because it just whooshes out of you when you're ready to go. I chickened out towards the end, because as a heterosexual man, I'll say, I am not familiar with the sensation of things going up there, and I'm certainly not familiar with the sensation of being inflated internally. That's a really, really weird sensation that I never experienced before in my life, and I didn't know if it was dangerous or not. You know, I felt like, maybe what if something breaks? What if I pop?
You just fill up with coffee.
Yeah, but
I've got a question.
Yeah, go on then.
But what kind of coffee did you use?
Nescafe.
Did you use like
golden blend? No, I went, dude. I consider it to be the same as coffee going in the front end. So I'm not going to skimp on quality. I put some really good quality coffee up my arse.
So when I came to visit you, I was
that was the coffee.
Really grateful that you'd bought some coffee.
That wasn't for you. That was for my butthole.
But like, also, I was quite shocked that you had a medieval coffee grinder.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Half an hour, which adds to like your level of commitment.
Yeah. Exactly. We're talking about commitment ceremonies. I think I've accidentally created or participated in a Bornean commitment ceremony with myself.
My other question: did you like make like hot coffee?
Yeah. You got it, and then you add you add a bit of cold water, but then you let it cool down a bit as well. I was a bit worried about that as well because, like, there's one thing burning your tongue, but burning the inside of your colon, like that's got. I don't even know how you deal with that.
Made me sneeze. Idea of that.
But no, it was good. It was a good quality Mexican coffee, and I spent like 20 minutes grinding it up because I thought if I use the grinder, and grind up, get some granules.
Sounds like you've been using grinder, dude. So.
There's 20 minutes of reflection time where you can go. Actually, I don't really want to do this, and do something else instead. Like, I don't know, put some milk up your urethra. What I don't know if people do stuff like that's. I'd look into that actually, because you got to start cleaning your body, Rich. We're middle aged. You've got to take better care of yourself. I'm gonna help you into the world of enemas. I think that you should definitely, if you don't, for the wedding, as a wedding present, we
an enema set. His and hers.
Yeah, just like maybe about 30 minutes before you do your vows, we can sneak off into one of the tents, and I'll sort you out.
Jeez. They're not coming on the stag do.
I did think about that. I would, because that would be. I think that it would really bring all of us together if we all did like a group enema session. I don't know if there's space though, because I had to do it in the bath. This is the thing. This is the thing that worried me.
Then you shit all over the bath.
No, you don't shit over the bath. You just shit in the bath.
I don't know. You're like basically European now.
That's the reason I got. Well, I've got a book because I've got a bidet. That's right. That's for washing your balls. That's not for shitting in. I don't care what they do in the In-Betweeners films. You have to do it in the bath, but in case there are any accidents. But you kind of go in the fetal position in the bath. And I think I told you about this. I still had a t-shirt on, and I thought, oh man, like what happens if something does go wrong and there's an explosion? And then I've got a shirt on and it's going to go, so I had to take my shirt off halfway through filling up. And I chickened out at the end because I was going to do 20 minutes, but I jumped out of the tub.
It doesn't happen, does it?
I didn't make it to 20 minutes. I think I got to about 16. And yeah, just whoosh, you know. So I don't know if I felt good. I was wondering if the caffeine still affects you, which I imagine it does. Well, I think it did because it gets into your bloodstream quicker that way. So I think it's in some ways better than drinking a cup of coffee. But I don't have time to do that every day.
It won't stain your teeth, will it?
No, exactly. Yeah, whiter teeth. That's a good point.
Right, moving on, Ben. Wedding traditions.
Oh yeah. What happens next?
The final one, which is, I think you slightly racistly put it down as tribal.
Yeah, tribal. These guys.
So this is, well, actually, it's
super
the way I'm
tribal.
describing it is slightly racist, or the way that it's been written. Certain African tribes, like, it's as
tribal,
specific as they got in the article. So this is about your mum.
My mum?
Well, anyone's mum.
Okay.
But coming with you on your honeymoon.
Oh.
And educating you in the ways of love making.
Wait. The fella's mum or the bride's mum?
Both.
Both. You got both mums.
Both mums. Yeah.
Oh my god! Sorry to go on a slight tangent, but I recently accidentally been watching a new show because there's this YouTuber called Cody Co. He does like reaction videos, and he's been watching he watches all these new TV series that are on this weird American channel. You know, they've got like hundreds of channels over there. It's like on channel 803 or whatever, and it's a load of sons with their mums, and they go to, it's like Love Island, but it's a dating program, and basically the guys just start dating all of the other guys' mums, and they're trying to hook
Netflix,
up.
I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, maybe it is rank. It is absolutely rank, and some of the things that they get them to do. But yeah, it's just, sorry, you reminded me of that. I don't recommend anyone watch it. It's awful.
Imagine your mum coming in and like educating, making suggestions, and then maybe encouraging you if you're doing something well. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Pretty awful. But yeah, I mean, a few others that, you know, honourable mentions, if you like. French Polynesia, the guests at the wedding, when the bride and groom are going out, they lay face down on the ground so that the couple can walk on them like a human rug, which is, I quite like that.
What about the Greeks? The Greeks, what do the Greeks do? They smash plates.
I think they do that like for most celebrations. But yeah, that's one. That is one that was on my list. In Fiji, you give the father-in-law a whale's tooth. No idea where you get a whale's tooth. I assume they are available on Amazon.
What, out of a whale's mouth, I imagine. But what about the one where, is it the Jewish weddings where they have to cover a glass and
stamp on it?
Yeah. Is that on your list?
No, not weird.
No, okay.
The Maasais, you know them in Africa.
Yeah.
The dad gobs in his daughter's face as he like, walks her up the aisle. Which,
okay.
Over here would just be like a council estate wedding.
Yeah. Keep her. I don't want her.
Yeah. What was this one? Oh yeah, another Chinese one. Not everyone in China, but the brides have to do crying practice, and they cry for an hour every day for a month before their wedding. They're often joined by like their sisters and other like female relatives, and they all join in practicing crying.
Yeah, that's funny. That reminds me of I think it was in North Korea when the emperor died, and like there's all of these people when they bring out like all the effigies and the photos of him and everything, and like you're under quite a severe amount of pressure to demonstrate emotion, because if you're seen to not be emotional enough, then you're like a traitor to the state. And there's all of these soldiers there with guns. They're literally just like take you away and because you didn't cry at the emperor's passing. Yeah.
The final one I've got is from Mauritius, where we're going on honeymoon, and it's like the opposite of what brides over here do. They have fat farms in Mauritius where brides go to put weight on.
What?
To look healthier and chubbier. Because it's good luck in Mauritian tradition to be a bit fatter. I suppose it like shows wealth, maybe. In some other cultures,
that's like true.
Good to be fat, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen that in some Indian cultures. Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah. So Mauritian brides actually try to put weight on.
That reminds me of it's quite. We've got a lot of strange TV shows in the UK. People like to, I think, watch the lower classes suffering, and there's like My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, right? And that's all about kind of laughing at a subculture of people, and what some people might consider not standard practices for weddings. Not standard is where I'm going. I've got a list of presents, unusual gifts, because one of the things that is different depending where you are in the world is the type of gift that you give the new couple. In some cultures, the whole village, I can't remember which, I think it's the Amish. The whole community will help to build their house for them. So they take a month off of the other, or they focus less on their other duties, on their farming and stuff, and they'll come together and they'll build the new couple their house, and everybody gives them some money to start their business, start their life, which I think is a practice that we'd benefit from elsewhere. Because like as a new couple, often, especially young couples, like it's like going to university. You go to university, spend a load of money on a degree or a doctorate or whatever, and then you just start your working life in debt. And I think that's out of order. We should come together as a community. But here in the UK, or there in the UK, I should say, because I don't live there, I've got a list off of, what was the website I got this off? Some wedding gifts, worst wedding gifts according to brides. That's the name of the article in delish.com. And here's the first one. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some bride was complaining about this. I don't know what her fucking problem is. I would be absolutely over the moon if somebody gave me this as a gift. Okay, it's not going to set you up for life, but this is the text that goes with it. This is via the wedding bee. She said, "We got a box of bacon," and I'm talking like 20 pounds of bacon. This guest got it from a meat market and thought, "Hey, bacon." I divided it up with everyone I knew and their mother, and yet we still have bacon left. Brilliant. What's the problem? What is the problem with that?
I mean, it'd go down well in Spain, wouldn't it? That's all we have.
I can't believe she's moaning. It's
an odd gift. It'd be an odd one for Sharon, being a vegetarian.
You can get vegetarian bacon. I mean, I don't see the point in it, but it does exist. I think that's lovely. That's something that you can, use. Okay, you're not going to have it. You're not going to be able to say in 40 years' time, here's the bacon that we received when we got married.
Imagine if you gave us bacon at our wedding.
Would you mean
height of summer, and it's wrapped up on a table, maybe on top of some other gifts, and it just starts defrosting?
All right, well that's great. So I've got. So you're telling me I've got to take that back to the supermarket now?
Yes. Yeah. Please. Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Right. Well, what about this one? Here's another one that maybe you can guess. What do you think this relates to?
I'm on a lag, aren't I? I'm sorry. Whilst I'm waiting for that to pop up, I ordered your best man present today.
Do I get a present? I didn't know I got a present. Oh, right, okay.
It's the greatest present ever.
Is it something related to wrestling?
No.
That was the least convincing no.
Lollipop sticks. Lollies. But they've already been eaten. That'd be a shit gift.
Yeah, sorry, I got hungry waiting for you to get married. And yes, this is what's left. No, this via the wedding bee, this is what an angry bride said. He said, "The worst gift my sister got was a set of homemade lamps crafted from popsicle sticks. Her husband thought they would use them. Of course, his grandmother gifted them. It came from his grandmother. But she ended up storing them for a few months, then threw them out when he forgot about them."
Yeah.
That's she spent ages making those lamps. I think that's just sad. That poor old lady who thought she was doing the right thing.
I don't know. I think homemade gifts are always a bit risky, no matter what the occasion, really.
Well, there's a whole load of them here. It's like bread. Somebody got gifted homemade bread. But it was sorry, it wasn't homemade bread. It was bread from the supermarket, and it was past its expiration date. Yeah, brilliant. That's from the wedding bee. A load of ugly dishes with Mexican sombreros on them that didn't match. I think
people from like a car boot or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Why are people so fussy? My sister-in-law received re-gifted measuring cups. How did she know they were re-gifted? The newlywed couple who gave them to her forgot to take the original congrats card out of the box that was addressed to them. So there you go. Like, people are just trying to get rid of shit. They're using weddings as a like car boot sale opportunity. And I'll do one more from this list. This one here. Hello Kitty wine. My maid or matron of honor bought us a small bottle of Hello Kitty wine and two
small bottle.
Yeah. Emphasize there. Small bottle of Hello Kitty wine and two mismatched wine glasses. I was very confused. I opened the wine and it was the nastiest thing I've ever drunk. It was immediately emptied down the drain. Gratitude. Where is your gratitude? Honestly, I think some of these bridezillas need to just
I don't think that makes you a bridezilla.
Chill out. Just chill out. You're getting married, aren't you? God. All right. I'm moving on now to some of the worst wedding dresses that have ever been sported by humans. God, this first one is just. I've called it Prego dress. It looks like an Easter egg. So this lady, God bless her, I don't know who she is. This is just on a list on a website called Tucko. I don't know what it is. It's just I found this compilation of terrible wedding dresses. This is a dress for a pregnant bride to showcase her status. Yeah. What do you have you got any comments to make about that? Would you?
It does look like an Easter egg, doesn't it?
It does look a lot like an Easter egg.
I suppose. Yeah, there's no confusion as to why they're getting married. Her dad's literally carrying a shotgun, probably. But yeah, that's an odd one. A bit like a Teletubby.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the brides because I think there's quite a lot of pressure on them to look fabulous on the day, and the whole she shouldn't really, in traditional terms, she shouldn't be wearing white because white is to represent the virginity traditionally of the bride. But if the we can all honestly say that that's not true. Moving on from her, this one I absolutely love. You probably won't see it for a while, but it's basically the bride is a human cake. She's got a cake dress. Her dress is made out of cake. I don't know how they did the ceremony, but I would imagine that her body is slowly heating up, so you could just get a slab of, like, because everyone's invited to come and have a piece of cake afterwards. You just have a piece of bodily warmed soggy dress cake. Wow. I don't think they thought that through.
I don't like the look of the inside of the cake either.
Yeah, it looks a bit weird, doesn't it? It's a bit rotten.
Yeah. No, how does she move? That's mental.
People have different ideas about weddings. I've got one more wedding dress. I've called this one hoe dress or stripper wedding. I mean, there's not really anything to comment on. He looks very happy. Obviously, he does, because he doesn't need to unwrap his gift. He can see exactly what he's bought into. Because she's basically wearing nothing.
Wow.
I mean,
he's like really traditionally suited.
Yeah. He should be in a budgie smuggler. I think that's unfair. That's for equality's sake. He should be wearing a tiny little pair of pants. But yeah, I don't know. That's a interesting one.
That's an odd choice. I think there is a huge amount of pressure on brides, but yeah, as a groom, I don't think I experience we could have bought our suits in about 10 minutes, couldn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
The second that guy started cupping my bowls, I was like, this is the one.
But no, I think for all brides, it's like a real big deal, isn't it? And I know Sharon's been to like a few bridal shops and has found them quite difficult. They're a bit like car salesmen because they don't get any sort of passing trade. You have to book an appointment, so they're like, really selling everything to you and like upselling tiaras and stuff, and but we don't sort of have that as males, up the patriarchy again. And it's probably very unfair, isn't it, really? I know Sharon will look beautiful in whatever she decides to wear. That's a tradition, isn't it? But I'm not allowed to see it. But yeah, I think it's probably an unfair sort of pressure on the bride. The whole wearing white thing, that's a bit daft.
Well, I can tell you they don't do that in Spain.
Do they not?
No, in fact, this kind of goes against, I think, the traditions in many other countries, but they wear black. It is a tradition, not always, but there is a tradition to wear a black silk wedding dress. It's called a mantilla, and it's supposed to symbolise the bride's commitment to the groom until death. So nice. It is like, it's kind of a weird, foreboding, I
went to a great wedding once, but it was a friend of mine. She got married out in West Kavos, so one of the Greek islands, isn't it? But the celebrant had really done like a bad Google Translate on, and when he was doing like the vows bit, he goes, "Do you take Lucy to be your wife until one of you is dead?" I quite enjoyed that.
He was threatening. He was threatening them.
It was really good. Yeah, I don't know. Bless the brides. They have it a lot harder than we do. I don't know. Me and you might go and get our heads shaved.
Yeah, we'll do that, and a couple of coffee enemas. Head shaving.
Well, you're putting more pressure on me now to like all these beauty treatments.
You love coffee. I can't believe.
On the inside.
Why won't you clean it? I think that's the least thing that you could do to present yourself to your new wife is to have a sparkling, clean colon that you could whistle through. You know. Get some. You love espresso. I do you a specially ground.
Just a little enema.
Yeah, but like a super powerful coffee. Only the best for your back door. Wow. I've got one more here. This is the Kardashian wedding, and I think she actually looks. I mean, it's a confusing dress, this, because it's very traditional in the sense that it's got the Virgin Mary on it, and I think that it's a very beautiful dress, but it's also see-through, and then you can see that she's more or less got her ass hanging out, but she does. It's a beautiful dress. It's extraordinary, and she's marrying what's his name? Travis? Was it? No. It's the other one. This is the other Kardashian. This Travis Barker, from the drummer from Blink 182.
He married one of the Kardashians.
Yeah, him and Kanye are brother-in-laws. That's true. Hang on, I've got some information about that dress that I want to mention because it's a very special dress. You can see that now, can't you?
Yeah.
What do you think about that dress? It's adult. Oh, that's it. It's that's Kourtney Kardashian. That's a one of a kind Dolce & Gabbana Alta Moda lace and satin corset mini dress inspired by the 1960s Italian lingerie. And with a veil. But yeah, I think that looks incredible.
I bet it was very expensive as well. That's the other thing. Like wedding dresses.
They probably got it for free, though.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
If you wanted to buy it now at auction, it would probably be very expensive.
But again, that's a pressure, isn't it? On the bride. You know, like some people spend tens of thousands of pounds on a wedding dress. Whereas for most people, that's the wedding budget, you know. So, yeah, it's nuts. I mean, we didn't spend that much on our suits. We did all right for about 500 quid, didn't we? But like, we could have, couldn't we? Like, we were some shops.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, crazy money. But
on the same street that we're on, I think one of the most common places where local people get their wedding attire. Most suits were starting at about just over 1,000. It's about like 1,200 for a 3-piece kind of starting price.
Yeah, we saw it, didn't we? It was nuts. We saw that just before we went for the best ice cream in Spain.
Yeah
45 minutes
waiting for that. Finally, it was worth it though.
Took longer to get the ice cream than it did the suits.
And you got a coffee flavoured double coffee ice cream, which again just makes me think.
I thought you were eyeing it up, thinking about forcing that on your ass.
Oh,
good. You want a flake in that?
You could stick. I think you could do an ice cream enema.
I think you might have to after a hot coffee one.
I might have to look into that. I'll do some experiments, and whatever my findings, that'll help me choose what's best for you and your colon. I feel like that you need to use something, because the idea is that you're removing all of the ancient kebab meat that's like compacted in there from the last 40 years and all of that other stuff, and so you need something that's slightly corrosive. Coffee's good because it's granulated, so
bleach is better.
Yeah, bleach is better. I'll choose. I'll make the best cocktail for your behind. Finally, I'm just going to mention another area of pressure in the weddings is the speeches. It's something traditionally that doesn't actually happen in Spain. In fact, in Spain they have the padrino, which translates as the godfather. He is the father of the bride, and he's the only person that does a kind of a giving away speech. But there's no best man. Best man doesn't exist. They don't do that. But I've got to go and do a hilarious speech that doesn't have any jokes in it and doesn't mention anything about the history of either of the people that get married. So I'm probably just going to get up and talk about myself for 10 minutes and then sit down. I'll do it while I'm staring at your parents. Oh, so I remember they really looked after me. What that's a bit that's a bit of an inside joke that nobody's can understand. But it can't get worse than that, can he?
No.
So the padrino, the godfather, does a little speech. I have found this website that's told me how I need to structure my speech. Apparently, it's in 5 parts. You tell me. I've cut it down from an hour and a half to 60 minutes now, so that could just about fit in. Number 1, I start with the introduction. So I was just thinking I'll just read out my CV. It's like, hi, my name's Benjamin Ansell. I've been working in Spain, Zaragoza now for 10 years. I have a lot of experience in... I'll just go through that. That's my introduction.
I'm middle-aged.
Yeah, I'm middle-aged.
To mention you're middle-aged.
Got a squeaky clean colon, though, if anyone's interested. So I've got to introduce myself and my relationship with the groom. So that's exactly... So I'm not allowed to say how we met.
Yes, you are. No,
because you were face down in a flower bed.
That's all right. Tell people that.
Well, I can't dwell on it too much. I'll find a better way of talking about that. Number 2, acknowledge the happy couple. It's rich and they're trying to get married today. That's why we're all. That's why we're all here. I'm replicating the level of nervousness that I'm gonna feel. Express how happy you are for the newlyweds. I actually like public speaking, to be perfectly honest. It's not a problem for me. I've been doing it for a long time now. So yeah, I'll probably just I don't know what to talk about there. If you could get me a copy of Sharon's diary so I can just know her a little bit better. I just feel like I need to, I don't know if she's had any experiences that she kept to herself and away from you that I could just throw in just to show her that I know what she's been up to, make us feel closer. Number 3, stories and anecdotes. Share your best stories about the groom and throw in a few jokes. I can't. What? How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? I'm not allowed to mention any of your sexual exploits.
Well, no, but
that's the only thing that I know about from your. It's the only thing you've been sharing all of this stuff with me for the last 20 years, and it's, I would say, the most interesting thing about you. But there isn't anything else. Rich has been playing the drums on and off now for 30 years.
Still shit.
It's just going to be like... and there's going to be kids there as well. Number 4, reflect on your friendship. Recount the story of your friendship and how much the groom means to you. Well,
that's nice.
Same, yeah. He's all right. I'll probably just say that. He's all right. He's... I might tell the mince pie story.
That's a good
story. Neutralised a stressful, potentially violent situation when my life was endangered, and confused everyone by giving them a mince pie, and it just dissipated. It was over. And then finally, closing and toast. Thank everyone for listening before shouting cheers to the couple. I always do the same toast, which I'll tell you right now. No, it's a nice one. I might not use this one. I've used it a bit too much. Let's see if I can remember it. Did I not tell you this last week when you were here?
Possibly. I've forgotten.
May your pockets be heavy and your hearts be light, and good fortune follow you both day and night. That's it.
Oh, that's
it's nice. an old Irish toast. That I had many years ago, but maybe it's not quite wedding-y enough. It's not really.
I quite like the idea of you just shouting, "Cheers to the couple!"
If you'd all be up and standing, and raise a non-alcoholic glass to.
Not everyone there is not drinking.
90%.
Like 30%.
There's got to be that's a tradition. I would say before we wrap up, I'd say that it's tradition in British weddings to have a bit of a punch up. There's usually and there's always Uncle Dickhead. Uncle Dickhead always gets a little bit. I'd say there's a little bit of kind of slightly over the line dancing and touching of. One thing that I didn't tell you, she's not going to listen to this, but this girl that I went out with last weekend is sleeping with her cousin.
What?
Yeah. I think I probably shouldn't have said that. Second cousin. That's all right, isn't it? Is second cousin okay?
What? And you?
No. I'm not her cousin.
No, but she's with her second cousin and went on a date.
No, she's not. She's not with him. She just, bumps uglies every now and then.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Is it second cousin?
No. I mean, it's fine, but you're not seeing her again. I was worried.
Oh yeah, no. She's dating.
Overly critical.
No.
The fact she's fucking her cousin.
Yeah,
that's a good reason not to see her again.
That's one of.
I thought you were going to say, she was too happy. No,
she was quite happy, to be honest. She kept.
But, ignore that. She's fucking her cousin. Yeah. You don't have to see her again.
Okay. I'm glad that you've let me off the hook for that one. She kept. She was laughing too much, in my opinion. I just don't like. I don't like people. I just don't like people being happy and expressing it. Keep it to yourself. But she occasionally doing that with her cousin and also dating 4 other people at the same time. So I'm a middle-aged man with a very healthy colon, and I think that I deserve better. My colon deserves better than that. I've been taking very good care of it. High quality coffee enemas.
Just in case. Well, look, I'm looking forward to your speech. I think it'll
Well,
be. I know you're taking a piss. I think it'll be genuine and heartfelt. I think it should be more about Sharon and how great she is for putting up with me
yeah,
than about me and my exploits. Anyway,
absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to
but
talk
no,
about you.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to the wedding. Are you looking forward to my wedding?
Yeah, of course I am. I'm looking forward to the stag party before then as well. We're going to Asturias, in the north of Spain, to have a middle-aged man party. Everybody get into bed before 10. Probably do some napping.
Nice nap.
I'm really looking forward to the napping, and some fishing as well. I mentioned that to some of my students. They're like, why are you going fishing? Like, because this will happen to you when you get to my age.
Fun.
Go-karting, kayaking.
Bit kayaking,
Loads of stuff. It's a really good part of Spain that has a lot of outdoor stuff to do. So yeah, it'll be fun. And I've brought you, again, just finally before we wrap up, stag parties and the best man stuff, and the groom dressing up like a bit of a prick. That doesn't exist everywhere. It does exist here in Spain. They will dress the groom up like a prick, and also the women. And they've actually banned this in Zaragoza. It's tradition for the women to take a dwarf out with them, and there's actually a dwarf hiring agency where you can get a dwarf to go around with the bride. There was a story about a woman.
You're all moaning about not having enough work.
What? Jesus. There was a story a few years back about a woman who got married and then she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and then obviously she had a dwarf baby 9 months later. Yeah. That was in the local news, and everyone realised what's actually been going on for all of these years. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have that tradition, but yeah, we'll be going on a stag do, and I've got you some Kanye slippers and a king medallion and just a load of kind of dickhead attire that's gonna.
I love it.
Well, this is the thing. I was trying to humiliate you through clothing, but I realised that it's probably exactly the same as the clothes that you're bringing with you anyway. So it's not really worked, but still, it should be fun, and we get to spend some time with some of our old friends from uni. And Jem as well. He's coming, so he'll be there, annoying me.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
So finally, what's your favourite, or the thing, the aspect of the wedding ceremony that you're looking forward to the most? Because you're doing your own vows as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's the bit I'm looking forward to and dreading the most. Like,
what? Okay.
You know, like, you're quite good at speaking in public. I'm not. I just tend to. Well, I'm all right if I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's work stuff, I'm all right. But I mean, when I asked Sharon to marry me, I had it all planned out, and it was going to be all romantic and nice and stuff. And the bloody kids ruined it. So then I just did it a bit later that night, and in my head I knew what I wanted to say, but apparently I just went and showed Sharon a ring, which she interpreted as "Will you marry me?" And yeah, I think Sharon's worried that I'm just going to rattle off a Hulk Hogan promo, but I'm not. I've already been thinking about it, and yeah, I've written a few things down, and every time I read them, I start to cry a little bit. So
because it's so bad.
Yeah, probably. But, no, so I'm worried about being a big snotty snivelling mess.
I tell you what you need to do. Just hold in a shit for like 3 days, like they do in Borneo. Give you something else to think about while you're doing your vows.
That's not a bad shout. Or have a coffee enema before.
Exactly.
Try and hold that in. Beat your 16-minute record.
I can help you out with that.
But really, it's just I'm really looking forward to marrying Sharon. I'm looking forward to having a load of lovely people that we like at our wedding. And yeah, everyone having a nice day, but especially Sharon. That's the most important thing to me.
Yeah, well, me too.
Good.
And yeah, I'll
Oh, and
do my
you
best.
getting your best man present, which you have to wear all day.
Oh shit!
It's a cock ring. On that note,
Okie dokie. All right. Well, we're going to play a little memorial video at the end of this episode. I don't know if you want to say a few words before I press go.
oh yeah, part of the reason we've missed a week is last week we lost one of our little furry boys, Buster, who, see, I'm going to cry now. He was a very good boy, and we loved him very much, and we just made a little video to celebrate his life.
Right, I'll stick that on, and that'll play us out. Right, so good chatting to you again, mate. All right, man. I'll speak to you again soon. Take care. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, you little fucker.